Hey, welcome to week one of Senior Seminar IDST 490. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're ready for the week to start and the class to begin. Just a quick note, we've got this week and then next week is the university's spring break. So we'll not be meeting, you won't have any responsibilities during spring break because if classes on campus are suspended because of a university holiday, well, yours need to be as well. So don't worry about activities for next week. But anyway, every week I'm going to come to you like I am right now in this little brief video, and I'm going to kind of share with you the deliverables for the week, the kinds of things you're going to be looking at, reading, and doing. So you can look forward to that if you want to every week. Okay, so we're diving in our Blackboard course shell. In the navigational tools on the kind of left-hand side of your screen, you'll see a button that says Weekly Assignments, and in that button, Weekly Assignments, there will be folders. I have a folder out for the syllabus, and then a folder for every particular week. So in this week, you'll be clicking on Week 1, and it will provide you with the information you need to do your work for week 1. So this week what we're going to be doing, the first thing is I want you to do an icebreaker. I want to get an idea to know you a little bit and for you to know other students in the class. So and because we're dealing with music, I'm going to want you to think about this one a little bit. I want you to let me know what your favorite song is and why you've chosen that as a favorite, and what that song kind of means to you. So I've started that off, and you can look at that as an example. This week I've got 3 articles I want you to read. I want you to read this article called Music and Stress, the role of music in friendship, formulation and stability, and then music and identity. And here we're going to be looking at some of the psychological impacts of music. What role does music have in stress? Increasing our stress or decreasing our stress? How do we use music to develop a sense of our friends, of our social networks? And then music. How does music impact our own personal identity? After you've read those 3 articles, I want you to watch a really brief TED Talk. Actually, there are 2 of them. One is on the mental and emotional aspects of music, and the other is on music in the brain. They're both brief. One's 6 minutes, the other's 15 minutes. And then at the end of the week, what I want you to do is I want you to journal. Every week you're going to have a reading journal. And in the reading journal, I don't want you to summarize what you've read, because I've read it too, and in the videos I've watched them too, so you're going to be telling me stuff I already know. I'm interested in what you think about what you've read and what you've seen. Did you have what I call an aha moment? Like, I never really thought of that way. I never put those 2 together. Did you believe everything that you've read? I hope you don't believe everything you read. I've tried to provide legitimate research materials here for you, but as you read through them, what was going through your mind? Did you learn something that you might be able to connect to something else in your life, or something that you've read, or a class that you've taken? How might you use kind of what you're learning? Think of it, for those of you that kept a diary, diaries aren't, you didn't scribble down absolutely everything that kind of happened to you during the day. It was more like what you thought about what happened in the day and how that impacted you and how you felt about it. And so I want you to do the kind of same thing with the reading journals. Now, the last thing I want you to do is you finish all the work. I want you to make sure that you have read. I'm looking at you in there. Yeah, pay attention, you. I want you. I want you to go back, and I want you to read the syllabus carefully, because the deadlines for things are there. You've got some work you're going to have to do, some deliverables. You're going to have a curriculum paper, and there's just information. I'll talk about that more later. But you're going to have a paper where I'm going to ask you to think about all the courses you've taken at the 300, 400 level, about your IDS degree program, why you've chosen it, why did you choose the cognates that you've decided on, what do you think you're going to be doing with it, what courses did you take, what did you learn from them, and then lastly, but certainly not least, is the major assignment. That's your thesis paper, the major course paper. I want you to start thinking about that. Now, the major course paper and the curriculum paper are connected to one another thematically. So basically, what does that mean? It means that one of the themes that comes out of your IDS curriculum paper will be probably the thesis of your final paper. We can talk more about that. So, before I close, let me tell you about the deadlines, when things are due, because that's always a concern. I realize a number of you are really busy. You're working full-time, you got family care responsibilities, child care responsibilities, probably maybe even elder care. The traditional stuff is due at Friday at noon. Is not going to work for you. So, at the end of every week, and when I say at the end of every week, Saturday at midnight, right? That is midnight Saturday night is the deadline for you to submit your work. Now, if you during the week you run into a snag, you got a question, a concern, things don't make sense to you, whether they're related to this class or not, you need help, contact me. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me. I'm here to help you. That's my job. So, any questions you've got, reach out to me. Lastly, but certainly not least, the week after spring break is over, so that's in 3 weeks, we'll start academic advising for summer and fall semester. Make absolutely certain, for those of you that are continuing, because some of you seniors, when you take this course and you're done. You'll be graduating in May and it'll finish. For those of you that are thinking you're going to finish December of next year, or maybe even next spring, make sure you get advised quickly so that when registration opens, you can go ahead and register for your classes. Well, I'm really excited about you being in the class. I'm really excited about reading your post on the icebreaker activity. Again, if you got any questions, problems, concerns, let me know. And you'll get a video like this, 5 to 7 minutes, at the beginning of every week, and I'll put it in the folder for that week. I look forward to going through this with you, and I hope you learn a lot from it. And I think that's it for it now. So I'll see you virtually if I don't hear from you again next week. All right, have a great week.